Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the very first proper sit down video in our new house. I thought I'd film in our bedroom today just because I wanted to do a really kind of relaxed, chatty video. As today I wanted to share kind of a part 2 to my Everlane review, which I know a lot of you found really helpful. I did get a request to talk through some of my favorite Everlane products, which I have to say some of the newer launches definitely are, but also I thought it would be kind of timely because on the 17th of June, if you live in Australia, there's going to be goods and services tax applied to all international purchases. So I was joking with Luke that all of my shopping is going to get about 10% more expensive, but I thought it would be helpful in case you guys want to pick anything up before the tax gets applied. So I'm just going to start running through, starting with one of my favorite items, which is this white linen collarless shirt. Now, I'm a huge fan of linen. You guys probably already know that. I love natural fibers. It's kind of my jam, and I prefer collarless shirts over ones with a collar. I just find it's a little bit more flattering on my frame. And I adore this style. It's got a really boxy fit to it. It's really oversized, so I'll drop all my sizing information in the description box below. But I got this in a size 2, and I definitely could have sized down. You'll see from the overlay cutaways that this is quite boxy, quite big on me. It has a little pocket here on the bust too, which is really nice, and then it has sort of 3/4 length, not quite full length sleeves. But I like the drop shoulder. The quality of this is really beautiful. I have washed it quite a few times. I also have it in the pink and white stripe, and I can say that they wear really well. It is just a little bit sheer, as you can probably see here, but nothing that a new bra won't fix. But yeah, this is definitely a winner. I really like the style of it, and this has kind of been something that it felt like was missing from my wardrobe for quite a long time. Then the next shirt that I want to talk about is actually pretty much the same style. So I believe this one's called the Popover, and this is in a grey and white stripe, and instead of having buttons all the way down, you can see it's just got buttons at the top here. But again, it has that same sort of silhouette, so it's very boxy fit. It has the drop shoulders, and then it has kind of a rounded hemline there. So this is another really nice one. It's 100% cotton, and the cotton has this really interesting feel to it. It almost feels like as if it were a shiny fabric. I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It feels like a blend between a shiny fabric and a cotton. It is very hard wearing, and again, this washes really well, and it has softened up since I've washed it too. So this is another really lovely one. So next I thought I'd talk about a couple of sweaters that I've got from Everlane, and this one is the Luxe Mock Neck sweater, and I have it in the navy. Now this is sort of like a semi-sheer sweater. You'll see in the cutaways that you can see a bra underneath, so if that's not something that you're going for, you may like to wear a little singlet under it. But it is really beautiful. You can throw this in the washing machine too, which I really like. I love things that are very easy to care for. Nice long sleeves, it's got ribbing at the ends. It does pick up cat hair though, which is something that I tend to avoid anything that picks up too much cat hair because I have a rag doll, and his fur gets on absolutely everything, and especially if I'm wearing something dark, it's just very noticeable. So that's a little bit of a disappointment for me, but honestly most woolen fabrics I find tend to pick up cat hair. Otherwise, it is a really nice sweater. It's very soft, it isn't scratchy at all on the skin. Nice beautiful quality as you kind of expect. Then I want to talk about cashmere. Now I know I'd mentioned the cashmere sweaters in the previous video, but I thought I'd just touch on it again because it is one of the items that I always say is 100% worth picking up from Everlane. I 100% stand by that because I just think their cashmere sweaters are really good quality and they're very good value for money. So the one that I've got here, this I believe is going to be part of Choose What You Pay, so do keep an eye out for that. But this is the cream and grey striped cashmere sweater. So this is just a classic crew neck. It's such a nice fit. I have really enjoyed throwing this into my autumn winter wardrobe because I feel like it's a nice way to kind of add a little bit of lightness to my outfit. So yeah, that one's been a real winner, and these fit I'd say a little bit more true to size. So I usually get a small in the cashmere, and I just like the way that it fits on me. Could size down, but I do think that's 100% up to you. I just prefer that slightly looser fit when it comes to crew necks. Okay, next one is a hoodie, and this was actually sent to me as part of their 100% human drive, which I think is such a great initiative. But this is the 100% human black hoodie, and this is awesome. I have to say, I really love this cropped hoodie style. It does pick up a bit of cat hair, unfortunately, just being black and the kind of fabric it is. I'd love to get this in sort of the white, I think, but it has that terry toweling fabric, which I really like. And the reason why I really like this is because unlike fleece, it doesn't ball up or anything like that. It just retains its quality, and it stays looking pretty much like new for a lot longer. But yeah, this is just a great little hoodie, nice boxy fit, slightly dropped shoulders, not much, but just slightly, and long sleeves. So that one's very cute. And what size do I have this in? I've got it in an extra small, and I think it's a pretty good fit for me. I probably wouldn't want it to be any smaller, but I definitely wouldn't want it to be any bigger. Then the last sweater that I want to talk about is their cable knit sweater, and I want to say this is a wool cashmere mix, so hold on, I'm just going to quickly double check before. Yeah, so it's 92% wool and 8% cashmere, and this is the grey cable knit sweater. You will have seen this in some of my videos. This is huge. So it has the cable knit on the front, and then on the back it has this ribbed detail, which I think is really nice. Now, unfortunately, I don't 100% love how this feels. It doesn't have that super soft feeling. So I've got a 100% wool sweater from Joseph, and it feels like a dream. It is so soft, whereas this has got a little bit of cashmere content to it. So I would have assumed naturally that this would be even softer, but it's not. And I just find it's quite bulky, and it's a bit too sort of thick for me. But I think that could definitely also be seen as a bit of a positive depending on where you live, because if you live somewhere cold, you're going to want it to be really thick and snuggly and warm. But I want to be able to tuck my sweaters into my skirts and my jeans and things, whereas I can't really do this. It's a bit too bulky. So yeah, this is a huge fit as well. I think I got a small. Definitely size down if you do decide to go for this. I really like the colors. So this was the grey. I think it also came in a cream and a khaki, which was really beautiful as well. But yeah, that's that sweater. Then I might quickly talk about a dress before I move on to denim, because I've got quite a bit of their denim. So this here is going to be really difficult to show you on the hanger, so I'm going to have to show you on the cutaway, but it is the wrap dress. So this is the singlet style wrap mini dress, and I adore this dress. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. It works really well for both summer and winter. I have been layering it up with a little skivvy or kind of like a white long sleeve top underneath, which I think looks really chic. But it's just a beautiful piece. It's made in the Go Weave fabric, so it's wrinkle resistant. Doesn't mean it's wrinkle proof. So if you do kind of scrunch it up in your suitcase or something like that, it is going to have marks that you'll need to iron out. But I do like that it's quite sturdy, quite durable kind of fabric. I actually really like the tie on the inside, which I'm hoping I can show you here. So there's actually two ties. There's one that's a little bit lower down, and I find that it helps to protect your modesty so much more than just if it had the wrap detail only. So that's just a little design detail that I really like, but I just think it's quite a flattering style. So I went for the US size 2, and I do think it's a good fit on me. Probably could have gone for the 0 as well. It is quite generously sized, like Everlane stuff tends to be, but I think it looks really good on. And yeah, like I said, I think this is such a winner. If you can get one of their wrap dresses, go for it. I'd love to try sort of the midi style that has the capped sleeves. I think that's also really beautiful. Okay, denim. I've got quite a lot of it here. So the first one I want to talk about is one of their newer launches, and it's the denim skirt. So you guys know how much I love a good denim mini skirt, and so I kind of jumped at the opportunity to try this out. This is in the mid blue wash, and I went for my usual size in Everlane denim, which is 25, and I think it's a really good fit on me. That's also my usual size in other brands of denim as well, in case you were wondering. But I really like the raw edged hem. I just think that this fits really nicely around the waist, and it doesn't leave too much of a gap at the small of my back, which is a problem sometimes with other skirts, or I find it kind of bunches up a little bit. It's a really nice sturdy denim too. It doesn't really have any stretch to it either, which I really like, very heavyweight. And I do like the raw edge hem. I just wish that it was summer so that I could start wearing it, because this is something I know I'm going to be reaching for all the time. Then moving on to another favorite of mine from Everlane, and this is the cheeky straight leg jean. So you guys will have seen me talk about these quite a lot. I've done a full review on my blog. I'm going to link it down below. I will link all of my Everlane reviews down below in case you want to check those out as well. But I got them in the bone and they're going to be quite washed out, I'm sorry. But these are sort of like a slim boyfriend jean, I would say. High-waisted, really nice fit to them. I went for a 25, I got the ankle style. I think it's a really good fit on me. They do stretch out, so I'd say that's probably my only real complaint, is they stretch out quite a lot around the thighs and the bum and the hip area. So they can end up looking a little bit big. However, I find that they are still a really good fit for me around the waist. So I'm not 100% sure I'd want to size down at all, but yeah, I really like these. I think these are 100% a great piece. I'm not sure in terms of the sizing with the other colors. I do find that they tend to vary slightly, so do keep that in mind if you opt for another color. Then I've got two more pairs of jeans here. These are both in size 25 for reference. So first pair I've got are the Modern Boyfriend. So these are sort of a slightly looser fit to this cheeky straight jean. They have a really nice good stretch to them as well. I like them rolled up. I just think it's kind of the nicest way to wear them. But they're just a really nice kind of comfy jean, just a good classic boyfriend. I think Everlane really did a good job with the style for this. And then the last pair I have are the, what are these called? The Modern Ankle Skinny, Modern Skinny, oh, I can't remember. I've got them in the jet black, and these are in the 25 as well, in the regular length, and these are super tight. Like these are a lot more rigid than the bone denim. That's what I found. So these don't have a lot of stretch to them. They have a little bit of give, but not much. So do keep that in mind. They don't loosen up too much while you're wearing them. Being black, they pick up Winston's cat fur like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, that's the black denim. I probably wouldn't get the black denim from Everlane, if I'm completely honest. I don't think I'm 100% sold on it. I would try the other washes or the bone, which I really like. Then we've just got shoes to run through, and I've got quite a few pairs of shoes here. So let's start with the first pair. These are the, I want to say they're called the Tassel Loafer Mule. And I was not expecting to like these as much as I have. Sorry, my hair's around. I wasn't expecting to like these as much as I have. I just think these are such a chic, kind of tomboyish style on a shoe. As you can see, the leather is very high quality. It's really nice and shiny. It's quite sturdy and thick, so it doesn't have a lot of give to it actually, but because it's leather, it will wear over time. And I just love this kind of detail on the front with the fringing. These fit small, so you do need to go up half a size. So I went for a 10 when I usually get a 9.5 in Everlane shoes. But I just think that these are beautiful. They are really nice if you work in a more creative office and you can wear shoes like this. But I just think these are super elegant and they're very high quality. Every single detail on them is really beautiful. So I've been very impressed with them, and they're super comfortable as well. I don't think I got blisters wearing these at all. Okay, let's talk about another pair of flats. These are one of my favorite pairs of shoes at the moment, the Editor Slingback flats. Now, I've had a friend who went and tried these on at the San Francisco store, and she told me that they kept falling off her feet. I will say, if you decide to get these, make sure they fit very snug, because the elastic on the shoe does tend to give a little bit. And that's just natural with wear, so you want them to be really tight because they are going to stretch. You will get blisters, unfortunately, the first time you wear them. After that they'll be fine, but a beautiful shoe. I really like the fit of them. They are a suede, but they're quite a thick suede. They've got a lot of kind of weight to them, which I really like, but they feel nice and soft. I also have these in the pink too, which are really beautiful, but I love this kind of square cut across the foot. I just think it's really different. It's very modern, and it's kind of like, yeah, Everlane's modern take on the Paul Andrew Rhea slingback flat. Really like it, and I love how delicate this little strap at the back is. I just think it's a really nice little detail. You will get toe cleavage with these, so that's worth noting too, because I know some people like that, some people don't. I personally don't mind. I'm indifferent towards it. But just a beautiful shoe. I went for my usual size, which is US 9.5. If your usual size doesn't fit properly, make sure you go down half a size. I thought maybe I'll do all the flats before I move on to boots and heels. So next are the Everlane day gloves, and I just realized these have got a little bit of paint on the bottom of the shoes. So I got these in the cream, and these are very much a love it or hate it kind of a shoe. And honestly, I'm still not 100% sold on them. You can see every single contour of your feet when you're wearing these, so that's worth noting. These are very comfortable. Like, I felt like they were very comfortable from the very first wear. I didn't get any blisters or anything wearing these, which I thought was really nice. However, I do have wide feet, and I will say I find most of the time Everlane shoes are catered for women with narrow feet. So I did find that this part of the shoe here did dig into my foot a little bit after I'd been wearing them all day, and it almost kind of, I guess, bruised the top of my foot. It was very uncomfortable to put them back on again the next day. I found a lot earlier on. But aside from that, they're very well made. They have a rubber sole, which is really great. It's got a lot of grip. You can run in these. I have done that, and you definitely can. These are really great for kind of walking around a lot from that perspective. As you'll probably be able to see here, they've definitely molded to the contours of my own feet. So that's what will happen. God, I need to get all this hair out of my face. That's what will happen if you have them as well. So yeah, but they are very easy to clean. You just wipe them clean, and they have these little vents here on the side, which are supposed to kind of help with keeping your foot cool. I will say my feet still get hot wearing these. Like, the little side vents have not removed that problem, but I think it's the climate too that I live in. But inside they're just raw leather with the leather cushioned sole, which is really comfortable. It actually has a what do you call it? It's got the little footbed imprinted in the sole, which I think is a really nice little touch. Okay, last pair of flats before I go into boots and heels, and these are the V Slingback flat. Now, I love the color of these shoes. I just think it is so gorgeous. This is sort of a rust terracotta color, which I love. It's kind of a color I'm trying to incorporate a lot into my wardrobe at the moment. These shoes are kind of, I'm sort of on the fence about these. I don't know whether or not I love them. They're very trendy, but I do love the way that they feel on my feet. These are super comfortable. I think I would say that they are more comfortable than the day gloves, for me at least, because I have wide feet. I actually thought when I pulled them out of the box that they were going to be too small for me because they look quite compact. They make your feet look smaller than they are, but they've got a really nice give to them across the foot, which is really great if you are a wide foot girl. And they've got this very thick strap at the back, which has a segmented elasticated panel, which has quite a lot of stretch, a lot of give to it. This has a super cushioned sole, which is really nice. It feels really comfortable on the foot. But one thing I have noticed is that when you're wearing them, there is a little bit of a gap on the side here. It doesn't sit flush across against my foot, and I haven't gotten any toe cleavage with this. So you want a full review on these shoes, I have done one on my blog as well, so that might be helpful. But the soles on these are made of two knit, so they're supposed to be a lot more hard wearing than your general kind of leather or rubber sole, which I think is really cool. But yeah, nice color. Suede obviously is a little bit more delicate, requires a little bit more care, so I have sprayed them with a leather spray, and they don't really look like they've marked up at all yet. So yeah, that's the V Slingbacks. Alright, now the Boss boot. I talked about these last year and how much I love them, and my position on that has not changed at all. I think that these are a really great alternative to the Acne Jensen boot, if you don't mind the fact that they don't have the elasticated panel and that they instead have a zip-up closure. I like the little pointed toe, which is squared off. I just think it's a really nice little detail. And then they've got the silver zip-up here. I went for my usual size. The heel on these is really comfortable to walk around in all day, which I really like. That's sort of something that's quite important to me because I wear these on my commute, and I have found that the leather has kind of softened and creased a little bit across the foot, but nothing too drastic, nothing like what my Acne boots looked like. So I think these are really good value for money. I don't have any scuffs or anything on them either, but they're just worn really nicely. I think they're just such a beautiful shoe. So I highly recommend these. They are a little bit expensive. If you want something that is a little bit more affordable, I would recommend the Mark Fisher boots, which I will link in the description box below in case you want to check those out as well. The final pair of shoes I want to talk about are actually in their box, and it's because I haven't really had much of an opportunity to wear these, but I have already got some thoughts on them. I'm going to very quickly pull them out of the box. So these are the Everlane heeled sandals, and I went for the forest green just because I wanted to try something a little bit new, and I loved this color. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. So these are kind of a dupe for the Mariam Nasser Zayda, I think that's how you pronounce it, sandals, which I actually also have in the suede. They've just got, I think, a thinner strap across the foot. And I have to say they've done a really good job in terms of, I guess, taking inspiration from the style. These are really great if you have wide feet. They're really comfortable, I have to say. The leather is really soft. It's kind of quite buttery, feels really nice to touch. I like the little ankle strap. The block heel is super comfortable. I have to say my first impressions of these are that they are really lovely shoes. The other reviews that I have read of them have kind of said the same thing. They're sort of squared off at the bottom, which feels a little bit vintagey to me. I mean, that might be a design detail that you do or you don't love, but I really like the colors that these are available in. I just think there are some really lovely options. The kind of creamy lizard effect leather looks really beautiful actually. I think that would be a great option for summer. And again, these fit true to size. So I went for my usual 9.5 and they're perfect fit. My heel sits just on the back of the shoe. So if you want a little bit more of a gap there, then you may like to size up half a size. So that is kind of everything else that I feel like I've added to my wardrobe from Everlane since I filmed my last Everlane review video. I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this video, that you found it really useful. And if you are planning on placing an order, please do let me know in the description box below so that I can check it out. Anyway, that's it from me today. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more fashion videos from me, and I will see you next week with a winter lookbook. See you soon. Bye!